Congratulations. They say we made it. Hey, man, what's good? Look here, man. I know I ain't put up a YouTube video in a while, but, man, I want to tell y'all something about some of this trucking, this cold weather trucking. It's a slick man. It's a slick motherfucker out here. It really is. In a lot of the areas out here, it hasn't been a bad winter as we've seen, but still taking precaution no matter what type of or how bad the weather may be. I mean, water is slick, whether it's ice, rain, any type of that black ice, stuff like that, snow. Man, when you're driving down the interstate, you gotta kind of watch out for the drivers and stuff, man, because especially when you're in a big rig, you gotta kind of watch those, because sometimes they feel like they can just break all of a sudden, which we know we can't, especially when we heavy. I mean, it's better when you're heavy than you are light. You start seeing a lot of people kind of dodging in front of you and stuff. I'm gonna tell you another main important thing not to do is set your cruise control, especially with these cameras. I call them also a distance box. That's what I call them in front of them, where it's kind of dictating how close you are to another vehicle. Start watching out for that thing, because that thing, man, it sucks to me. It really do. I mean, those things suck. They can cause a collision by themselves, So, I mean, they only bad when you got, ice out here on the road and stuff like that, because it breaks by itself. I mean, if it dictates a shadow in the road, it collision break. Man, it's crazy, but yeah, it does that. And these safety things, devices that they're putting on these trucks, it seemed more hazard to me. It's like you almost got to be a robot or something. You're holding the wheel, but the truck is basically almost driving itself. But just being cautious out here on the road, no matter what the situation may be. Whether it's not even snow on the ground, whether the weather is nice and beautiful, still got to watch out, for things that goes on ahead of you. I mean, you can't too much control what's behind you. But when roads are slick like that, man, but mainly you just pay attention to what you're doing. Don't try to rush, be going faster, I mean, that's a lot of collisions. That's how a lot of collisions happen, when people going too fast for the predicament. When you can't hardly see on the road and then you want to try to go fast, man, that's dangerous. That's being stupid, if you ask me. A lot of people out here say, well, we've been doing this for years and years. Yeah, people can say that, but I'm gonna tell you, shit happened. I mean, you cannot control everything. Some things are meant to happen, and some things you can control not from happening, but at the same time, you just got to be aware of your surroundings and know your truck, know yourself. If you feel like in your gut, if you have a good feeling knowing that something is about to happen, or you're going too fast, but slow down. I mean, listen to yourself. You don't want to kill nobody. You sure don't want to hurt yourself. Then you off of work. Mainly just focus and pay attention to what you're doing. A lot of the drivers now, to mention that about, not to jump off subject too much, it's just minute, I'm just ranting, but the Qualcomm, people are fearing these Qualcomm because they feel like it's going to take a lot of money. Yeah, it's going to slow down a lot of this over driving, going past the 14-hour clock, making you pre-plan a little bit better. It don't matter how much you know the road. Now the clock you got to really judge your timing now. You know, you got the 14-hour clock. You know, and you're looking at that, and you know, you just kind of like, you got to watch what you're doing now. You know, but the clock is not too bad. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's self-explanatory. I mean, if you have been a driver anyway, you pretty much know your timing of the clock, you know. So you ain't gonna beat the clock. I mean, so that'll stop a lot of the drivings, the DOT checking log books, and you know, it's all safety, man. That's all everything is mainly about these days. It's mainly safety. You know, people just trying to make everything a little bit safe, you know. You know, sometimes you just gotta, it's all about focusing. It's all about paying attention, you know. People trying to do a lot of stuff unsafe because they've been doing it for so long. But all the time, it's not always good. I mean, the Qualcomm, on the other hand, man, I'll tell you, it's not too bad. I mean, you can't really, I'll show you this. It's not that hard. Let me see, can I get my camera to turn around? Probably can't. I don't know why. I don't know. Let me see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but just kind of bear with me a little bit. Hopefully the sun is not too bright on it. You know, you can kind of get a glare on it. Let me show you something. I mean, you see right here, it tell you off duty. It show you the time that you've been off duty. You know, what time it is now. You know, how long you've been off duty. Because right now, that's what I'm on, off duty. You know, and it tells you your last 34-hour reset. You know, your hours going to be gained. You know, how many miles you've driven today. I mean, it's really not, it's self-explanatory. But if you go to the home screen, let's see. Can we get to the home screen?
Messaging. Okay,
that's the message right there. It's your messages. You know, you see your messages, got a navigation thing on them. Pretty much, I mean, it's all self-explanatory. It tells you everything you need to do. Say, for instance, you go to your messages. It's got a little button up here where you can all do your micros and stuff like that. You got all your micros, your freeform, you know, arrive at shipper. It just basically telling the company everything that you're doing. You know, all the stuff that's on there is basically self-explanatory. It tells you that. You just learning the numbers and stuff is probably going to be the most difficult thing, and knowing where to go. But once you get on here, just like any cell phone or any electronic, you get on here and you start figuring it out. You know, it's not too bad. It's really not bad at all. But I mean, like I said, that's all I've known as well. Even though I know log paper too, but I think this really take a lot of the stress off of the driver. I mean, he knows when that thing gonna beep. Like up there, it tells you how much time you have left to drive. I mean, it basically calculate everything. So, I mean, you know, you have your stuff. Once you go to your hours of service, you know, they want you to also prepare when you putting in your load information and approving your logs, putting in your load information. It also tells you, you know, that's how you make your log legal. You know, it tells you what trailer you had, you know, what was your load numbers and all that stuff. I mean, it's plenty self-explanatory. It's not too bad. I don't know if y'all could have seen that right now, and I kind of rushed through it, but I mean, trucking out here now is changing a whole lot. I mean, it's a whole bunch of changes going on, and everything is about safety. You know, even though we want everyone to be safe, I mean, safe is good. I mean, you know, you want to get back home to your family. I mean, it's a job to do. I mean, it's a tough job. I mean, you know, trucking is not for everyone. Everybody can't drive a truck. Everybody cannot be away from family that long. It sucks sleeping in the truck. You know, it sucks. I mean, it really does. I mean, sometimes you be offering, you know, trying to get the miles. Yeah, man, it really sucks. But at the same time, you know, like I said, it's a job. You know, get tired of it. Sometimes, man, some days I cuss this job out every day, man. You know, I've been doing it. You know, that's what I do. I'm thinking that's one of my callings. So, you know what I'm saying? But basically, just what I'm trying to say is just, you know, focus on everything you know that you want to do. You know, you feel that you can't do it. Don't do it. Don't get out here with doubts in your head, you know, and don't get out here and think trucking gonna suck even worse because you got the electronic laws going on, you know, or I mean, trucking gonna suck, period. I mean, just dealing with the pedestrians out here on the road. I mean, I'm not saying that we got all bad drivers. I'm not saying that all drivers are bad either. I'm not saying that. But basically, what I'm saying is shit happens throughout the day. And every day that you have to focus. I mean, in your life, you have to focus. I mean, it ain't just all of a sudden just with trucking. I mean, period. Sure. Your first success in life, I believe, was learning how to walk. You have to concentrate on that, you know. Basically, just keep your head up, man. And, you know, and to everybody, you know, have a blessed day. Stay ahead.